Nou, we zitten vandaag in het Novo Hotel in Den Haag. En voor mij, ja, het is echt een eer voor mij. Ted Neeley van Jesus Christ Superstar. Wie kent hem niet? Het is echt een legende. Mr. Neeley, most people know you from the motion picture Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes.
But before that, you played in the musical Hair.
Yes.
And what was the reaction of your family? Because you're from a really religious family.
Yes.
And Hair isn't that... How do you say it correctly? It isn't so good for...
It's not, shall we say, what one with a religious concept would say I would be a part of, you see.
Yeah, but how did your parents then react when you do the show?
My parents, from the day I was born, could not have been more supportive of my desires to do whatever I would like to be in terms of my profession. In fact, I have an older brother and a younger sister, and the family plan was that my older brother would be a pharmacist, and my younger sister would be an accountant, and that I would be a doctor. So we had a medical accountant family, you see. That was the business plan, which was very wise. My brother is a pharmacist, my sister is an accountant, and look at me. I had a desire to be in music. From early on, I was a rock and roll drummer. My dream was to play rock and roll music and sit behind the drums and sing and just have a party all the time. And my parents supported that. They were okay with it, you see. And one thing led to something else. That's how I got into Hair originally. And then it just turned out that the wonderful director who cast me in the show Hair, a wonderful man named Tom O'Horgan, who's no longer with us, he saw something in me that I didn't know was there, you see. And then he directed Jesus Christ Superstar and asked me to be in that. I was also in Tommy and Sgt. Pepper, so I got to be in all 4 of the major rock operas. This gentleman directed 3 of those shows.
Okay.
Had it not been for he, I wouldn't have been in any of them.
No, in Jesus Christ Superstar, you did an audition for the part of Judas.
I did. I wanted to play the role of Judas. I loved the songs that Judas' character sang. And I auditioned for the same director as Judas.
And they asked you to come back for the part of Jesus?
Well, what he said was that when I sang the song in New York, I sang Heaven on Their Minds, which is the opening song of Jesus Christ Superstar. And he was with the producers, and he leapt from his chair and came up on the stage and he hugged me, gave me a big embrace, and he said, "That was great, but would you come back tomorrow and sing The Other Guy?" So I've been singing The Other Guy ever since.
Yeah, but the musical came first, Jesus Christ Superstar, and after a while they took a motion picture in Israel.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely right. And
at the shooting of the movie picture,
yes,
you found your wife.
Oh, you've done some research.
Yeah, I've done some research.
That's exactly right. My wife, Leanne Granger, is a magnificent classical ballerina. She grew up in the National Ballet of Canada, and she came with a group of 50 actors, singers, dancers, musicians to Israel, all of us together, to be in the film. And she and I met out in the Negev desert in the 120-degree heat, in the dirt and the sand, and we were both obviously working in the film. So I didn't go to Israel for a date. I went there to pretend to be Jesus of Nazareth. So I was frightened to death all the time. I was so focused on what I was doing. So we didn't actually get together until after the film was finished. But she's still with me, and we have a wonderful family, 2 beautiful children, both of them grown, a son and a daughter, and we could not be happier.
Are they also with you in Holland? Or?
Yes, they're here for the holidays, definitely. Last year they weren't able to come. My daughter, Tessa, works with me all the time. She takes care of all my public relations and media work. She's wonderful.
That's lovely that you have your daughter with.
Oh, it's incredible. She's just wonderful. And then Leanne, my wife, and Zachariah, our son, came this time. So they're here now, and we'll be here through the holidays.
Oh, that's fine.
It's wonderful,
yeah,
yes.
It's wonderful. And Jesus Christ Superstar was such a success. After the movie, you stayed in the role for Jesus 5 years. It's a success because no other musical is going to play so long.
No.
Can you imagine the success of the movie and the theater, and what makes Jesus Christ Superstar so special?
The music.
The music.
First and foremost, it's the story, because everybody knows something about Jesus and his life and all that. So to have the concept about something that you don't have to explain. It's Jesus Christ Superstar. People go to see the movie, and the music just draws them in. Little children, your child will be singing these songs.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the show live?
Last year I've seen it.
Oh, you did?
22 of December last year.
Oh, that's
so
great.
almost a year ago.
That's great. So I'm serious. There's so many families who have come to talk to me after the show, and they bring their small children to see the show, and the children can sing the songs, you see, at an early age.
Yes.
And it's just then that generation grows up and they bring their children. So there are 4 to 5 generations of families who come to see this show all the time now and bring all the family. It's just great.
That's great, eh?
Yes.
After Jesus Christ on Broadway, or
Yes.
it was Broadway,
Yes.
you get a solo album.
Yes.
I also have it. It is great.
Oh,
But,
my goodness.
Yeah, I have it with me.
Ah, that's fantastic.
So I'm going to play a song also after the interview of your solo album.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Was it also a dream came true that you have your own album?
Oh my goodness, yes. It was always a dream. I didn't know I would ever experience that, but absolutely. And it was because of the film, and we put it together so it would be out at the same time the movie soundtrack came out, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so honored.
Yes, I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
After music, some other musicals, turns out 5,000 times you played Jesus already. It was the movie 5 years later in 2006 till 2010, 2014 till now.
Yes.
How does it feel to play this role over and over and over again?
Absolutely magnificent. I cannot say enough in terms of praise. Every performance is new and fresh. It never gets old. And every new production, like this one, new. It started in 2014 in Rome. Here we are entering our 4th year now in Europe. I can't believe that. And the audiences here are just so wonderful, so exciting that they come to the show and they get so excited to the music. The minute the band starts to play, you hear the audience go, yeah, because they recognize it.
Yeah, what I said last year was here. When you come on stage, the audience fell still. They didn't say a word. It was magic, almost magic. Some people just say, Jesus. Yeah, it's Jesus. Do people recognize you as Jesus but not as Ted Neeley?
Yeah, some do. Yes.
Yeah.
Some. Oh, you're the Jesus guy.
Yeah,
and I know. You see, I'm a rock and roll drummer from Texas who got so lucky to be in this movie. So
Yeah.
I know exactly who I am. But I cannot tell you what an honor, what an absolute, unbelievable honor it is to be perceived as this character. It's changed my life completely. As you know already, we talk about my wife, Leanne, and starting myself a family. It gave me a life. It gave me a family. It gave me a reason to be alive. And I can't stop celebrating. I'm as excited as a little boy with his first Christmas toy, you know.
Yeah, and the audience, you played in Rome, America, all over the world. Can you describe the audiences? Is it different in America than in Holland or Italy, or what's the reaction of
I
the
must say
audience?
there is a general different feeling everywhere, but there is the unanimous feeling that everybody praises and they stand up and they cheer and they love the idea that this is being done as a live production. You see, they see it in the movie. But a lot of people have never seen it live, and a lot of people have never seen the movie up on a big screen. Have you seen it on a big screen?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a beamer at home. We can project 4 meters wide.
That's fantastic. We should all have that, you see.
We at home, we play the movie on Laserdisc. Last year when I was here, you have signed my Laserdisc. And it's a unique thing to watch it on Laserdisc. I also have it on Blu-ray, DVD,
yes.
everywhere, but Laserdisc is just magic.
The reason I ask that is I do screening tours in America where we go to city and play the film live,
Yeah.
and we have a brand new digital remastering of the movie. It looks like it was shot yesterday, you see.
I guess
And
it's this one.
there you go. That's it. And to see that up on a big screen, people can't believe it because it's not old, it's fresh and new, you see. And they just go crazy about watching it. So I'm
So-
happy.
Back to the show
Yes.
now in Holland.
Yes.
What's the most impressive scene? What you can do on stage?
You mean for me personally?
for you.
Well, it starts at the beginning and goes all the way to the end.
But you don't have a favorite
Well,
song?
there's no question that the experience that I feel every night during the song Gethsemane is without question the highlight of the evening because of what that song is. It's the most, I believe, magnificent, dramatic song that's ever been written by anyone. And it's a personal conversation between a man and his father about why he must die to complete his mission.
Yes.
And imagine that, if you will. If a son realizes the father wishes to give his life for his purpose, and his son can't understand why, because his son's feeling he hasn't completed his purpose. There's more work to be done. Why must I die? He's saying that. Why? Why? Tell me why. So the idea is, when I was a child, anytime I had anything confusing me in my personal life, I would ask my parents, why? And they would talk to me and explain why and make things better. So I'm actually having a conversation with my parents during that song, see? Because I'm not Jesus. And I can imagine the possibility of closing my eyes and visualizing talking to Jesus or God, but it's much easier for me to remember talking to my parents. So that's what's happening for me in
That's
that
very
song.
beautiful to explain.
It's wonderful.
Last year, you got me into this with that song.
Aw.
Really, it was such heartbreaking when you stood there and you fell on the ground.
Oh,
And I was shocked. Really, my heart stopped for a moment. And it was such beautiful. It's also my favorite part of the show. We also have in Holland in 2005 a Dutch version of Jesus Christ
yes.
Superstar. I've been there. I've seen it 2 times.
uh-huh.
It was also a very good show.
Yes, it's wonderful. No matter who does
But
it.
when you came at the Uitmarkt
Yes,
2 years ago, I guess.
and the big cross. And
Yes. I was sitting at watching TV. He's coming to Holland. Okay, booking cards. So it was normally when I go to a move of a show, I'm going to sit. Who's going in to be? That one. Oh, okay. I'm going to see it. But now it was, I'm going. No matter what, I'm going to see that show.
Well, I'm very happy that you did come.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it is a beautiful show. Are there, besides you, other members of the motion picture playing on stage in Holland? Or is it just you?
Well, when I came to Rome, the director called me and said, we're going to celebrate our 20th anniversary of doing Jesus Christ Superstar every year here in Rome. We would like you to come and play the role of Jesus for that celebration. And he said, I would need you for 4 weeks of rehearsal and 6 weeks of doing the show. And I thought, my goodness, 10 weeks in Rome, this is wonderful. So I came. Well, that was in 2014. And we've been in Europe off and on ever since, you see. So while I was here in Rome, I was able to get Yvonne Elliman, who played Mary Magdalena in the film,
Yeah.
and Barry Dennen, who played Pontius Pilate. They both came for 3 months, and we performed it together for 3 months in Rome.
It's beautiful.
And over throughout Italy. It was just breathtaking. And no matter who does the characters, it is magnificent. But that was, my original cast family. And they are so wonderful. And every night, every single performance, when Barry Dennen would hold me as Pilate and say, where are you from, Jesus? What do you want, Jesus? Tell me. We both were just streaming tears every night.
It's beautiful.
It is. It does it to us on stage, you see.
And that's what you bring to the audience. When you get emotional, the audience gets emotional.
Yes. It's in the music. They wrote an emotional, spiritual rock opera.
Yes.
And that's why it's successful.
Yeah. Is there anything you are going to do after this show? Because I found on the internet 16th of April is the last one.
No.
No?
They've added dates since then.
Okay.
So at this point, my daughter and I are scheduled to leave Europe the middle of June, unless they add more performances. Because when we first came for this year, we knew we were going to be in Amsterdam, and we knew we were going to be here in The Hague and in Italy. Now we go back to Amsterdam at least 2 times. We're going to Groningen. And we're going to lots of places I can't think of it. Yes. See, you know better than I do. Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit research. So
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
is there anything you would like to say to our listeners? Why do they have to come to Jesus Christ Superstar?
Well, I honestly believe that everybody, no matter what faith they may or may not embrace, has nothing to do with their own personal belief in their spirituality and their religious connection. Anybody can enjoy this particular production because it is a celebration of human spirituality throughout the whole show. And most people know all the music already. Lots of people know it better than we do. I have been corrected by people after the show. You know, you made a mistake there tonight. You said a different word. But I would invite anybody who wants to just have a wonderful evening of live theater with their family, their friends. This is the place to come because you'll walk out feeling better for the experience. I do every night. I learn something new every night. And then I get to talk to people after the show and share that whole experience together.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It is wonderful, and Jesus Christ Superstar is wonderful. I would like to thank you so much for your time.
Bless your heart. Thank you.
It was really an honor, a big honor for me to talk to you.
For me, when I walked over there by the Christmas tree a while ago, and there you were with your beautiful family, there's so much positive energy coming out of you. It's fantastic. I wanted to grab you and embrace you.
Maybe later for the photos.
Yes, of course.
So thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I hope you have a wonderful time with your family with Christmas in Holland.
Yes.
And very good shows.
Thank you.
And success.
You sure you wouldn't like to be up on stage with us?
I'm not a good singer. But thank you, I'm not. So thank you very much.
My pleasure, dear.